All right, with this West 2 Facebook Live update, I'm Chief Meteorologist Tony Vanolfi. Hope you guys are having a wonderful and a splendid day today. All eyes are now on newly formed Tropical Depression 10 down there along the Caribbean Gulf entry point there between Havana and Cancun. So we've got a lot on the ground to cover here. Carlos said, good to have you in the house. Appreciate you popping in. So let's get right into this puppy and kind of break things down, give you the latest information that we have and what we're watching. So I just did the 8 o'clock intermediate update. So it looks like our two features out there right now, the lead one to the north, remnants of Emily, the chances of development are less and less. We think Franklin's going to be a major hurricane, and we think Depression 10 will become a hurricane in landfall, probably just east of the Big Bend. Remember, hurricane hunters go out there, fly several missions tomorrow that'll really begin to firm up those computer models even more, and then we'll watch that wave off of the African coast. So let's take a look now at where we have Tropical Depression 10, right there over towards Cancun. And the interesting thing about this particular feature is the fact that it's going to be there for a while. And here's the reason why. I want to show you something that's kind of wild. You can see the flow around this big monster Franklin here is back to the north and the west. The flow around this big high is from the northeast. So it's making it very difficult for this storm to move northward. Now, once this pulls out, once that trough lifts out, this high will then begin to build up to the north, and that will allow for this storm system to follow a path roughly right through there. So that's what we're going to be watching. There's a look now at the infrared satellite imagery, just to kind of give everybody a look in. You can see that center of circulation is right about in here. Let me see if I can draw. It's right about in here. That's where we think the center of circulation. Good thunderstorms on the east side, a little bit of dry air working in on that north side with that northeasterly wind flow. That's the visible satellite presentation, and you can see the banding that was going on earlier today, battling a little bit tonight. Still seeing some good rainfall there in northwestern Cuba. Just a testament that this thing is trying to push hard towards wrapping around moisture. There's the latest forecast cone. And when you look at it, you can see through 2 o'clock Sunday, just sitting down there, 2 o'clock Monday, starting to come northward, 2 o'clock Tuesday, a hurricane west-southwest of Tampa. And then it shoots out like a rocket from 2 p.m. to 2 p.m. on Wednesday as, again, the flow, big high there east of Bermuda, begins to pull this one up to the north, and the front will start to drop on in. The two of them will kind of circle around and force this thing to move to the northeast there. You're welcome, Frankie Butchie, Murph, Elisa Michelle, does not like the looks of that, Debbie Miskell Castillo, Terry Lottie. So there's a close-up cone, and the thing that should catch you is that cone does scrape the northwestern regions of our viewing area. That's Sumter, that's Marion, and that northern nook there of Flagler County up towards Marine Land, maybe even Palm Coast. So that's something we're going to be watching. This will likely wobble back and forth here over the coming days. The neat thing, though, is when you look at this, you can see all of the models right there within the cone. The H-Wharf, which was over the I-4 corridor, is now shifted back to the Big Bend. The H-Wharf is this purple line. A lot of you were interested in that one early because it was south and east of Orlando. Now it's right in line with the majority of the computer models there. The center potentially going right up towards the Big Bend, very close to Tallahassee, just west of Jacksonville. So that's something we're going to be watching. And when I put it in motion, let me do it this way here for you. You can see there's the storm. There's all the computer models. 3 a.m. Tuesday. Again, you've got the COTI. You've got the rest of the models there coming into the Big Bend, 8:30, 9, 10 o'clock on Wednesday, and then lifting up towards Georgia. Now, the intensity forecast, and we're going to get new model data here between, I'd say, 8:30 and 9. So the H-Wharf is the purple one. That's the one that's always the one that wants to go very aggressive with development. The rest of them, you've got a couple models that are Cat 1 and others that are tropical storm. So, with all that being said, there's your latest tropical advisories. We've got tropical storm warnings, Cancun and Havana. Nothing for the Keys yet. Not expecting it tomorrow, but we think tomorrow night on into Monday, as it starts to lift to the north, we'll start to see maybe some watches and warnings along the west coast of Florida based on the latest model guidance. So there you go. So there's the water temps. There's the sea surface anomalies. You can see what's going on there. I want to show you our in-house graph model. Again, there's Monday sitting there, and there's Franklin cranking on up. Now we start to get into Monday, and here we go. Got a little bit of movement now. 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Oops. You can see right there, overnight Monday, on into Tuesday. There's our storm. Some bands coming in along the west coast. Again, that's when we have to start watching that risk for tornadoes coming up from the southwest during the evening hours on Tuesday and very early Wednesday morning. So that's some of the stuff we'd be looking at there. And he's hanging in there. He's battling some pneumonia though right now, so he's on antibiotics. Appreciate you thinking about him. Got to run. Sue Ellen, you're welcome. Thank you. Appreciate you. You know I will. All right, so here's the euro. Here's the European computer model, and you can see that low kind of lifting up towards the northeast, right into that Big Bend area. So there you have it, right there. Rainfall comparison. You can see there's the Euro and the GFS. Let's see if the GFS updated. Ocala, yeah, that's not quite there yet, but you can see there's rainfall. That's the GFS. So, doesn't have that little yellow blip there. A little slow to update. A little slow to update there on the GFS, so that's why I'm going to go with your rainfall. See right there. Boom. There it is. There's Wednesday, GFS. A little bit wetter. The wind. All right, so here's the wind. This is kind of interesting here. 7:30, you can see the wind starting to pick up. This is the Euro. Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning. I think those winds are a little bit underdone through the interior. And there you go, some strong gusty winds being advertised by our European computer models. There you have it. Hi all, Hurricane Patty's still in there. You go, looks like that's correct, Aaron. Linda Crook is in the house. A lot of live folks in here tonight. Appreciate you guys popping in. The GFS. Let's see what happened to this particular run here. That's interesting. Oh, I know what's going on now. Let's see your contour. This is going to say 18Z, and that's why. So we need latest run, and there we go. There you go. So it's in between models. So what it's doing is not seeing the older one. Yeah, doing a.
It may be closer to 820.
820 it is. Okay. So there's the GFS winds right there. You see GFS a bit stronger. New data there. Boom. Almost tropical storm force there. There you have it. That's the GFS winds. Side by side here for everybody. I'm going to do a cut in here during halftime. Very good model agreement on Franklin. Euro in the GFS. Right there. Showing you what it looks like. Then circling back. Again, here's what you need to know. Tomorrow, think about the possibility of impacts here. Impact confidence for tomorrow is low. Monday, tap off the hurricane kit. Tuesday, finishing preps. Here comes the arrival of the storm. Phil, I do, but they're lower, so I want to let people know what the maximum winds could be if that should play out. Chris, they are going to change tomorrow. That's absolutely correct. Impact confidence is growing, as you can see through that period there. Before the storm tips, again, think about those outdoor storm preps, complete those hurricane kits, batteries, water, meds, cash, etc. Follow the storm. Wesh's live updates like I'm doing right now on Facebook Live, on social media. And if you haven't downloaded our free Wesh 2 app, please go ahead and do so. Get all those alerts, those warnings, quickly and safely. So there's a look now at Franklin. Franklin is expected to become a major hurricane and is going to be just to the north and west of Bermuda, but it's going to be something that's going to have to be watched, again, very, very carefully. There's a look now at Bermuda, curling off to the north and the east. Bottom line E, you can see there's Bermuda, another feature behind that. There it is. This one is not going to be around much longer. So that's a look at that. So again, reiterating, here's a look at Monday, Tuesday, the storm coming up gradually and slowly on the Euro. And there you have it. There you have it. So, just like that. Boom! Well, with a turn with the front, maybe. Intensity, we'll see. We'll see. It's a small storm. They have that similarity, that's for sure. Again, the next named storm on the list is going to be Idalia. Let's take a look now at that updated 7-day forecast here. And you will see that there it is. Tracking the tropics. Tuesday and Wednesday, rain chances going up. And then there may be some residual moisture in the wake of what is going to be Idalia, keeping our temperatures in the low 90s and rain chances at about 50%. So that's that. That's a look at what the models are thinking right there. Depends on the strength of the storm, Mike. That's a great question. You wanted to know about backwater overflowing with the storm there. Julian, good to have you there. Vicky Hill. The wind, so let's talk about this. There's a that trough is to the north. Let me do this. Let's do this. So we've got the water vapor, and we've got that. Here's this. Okay, let's get that in front. Let's get that front out of there. Give me 1 second. This is going to look a little strange for a second. Delete. There we go. All right, so let's do this. Saved. All right. So here's the water vapor, the Euro. Tampa Bay Thursday. Thursday's fine. This thing's going to be well north and east of there by then. There's a look now. One front dropping in. Let's there it is. So there's your front dropping in, pulling everything back to the east northeast. And then another front comes on in and pulls that right over Bermuda potentially. So that's what the water vapor is doing for the Euro. See, Wednesday AM, right there into the panhandle. And out there, here's the raw GFS. Oh, let's clean this one up also. I got some dangling fronts there. Let's get rid of that one also. Hit save, give me a second, be right back. Alright, so there's the here's the raw GFS. Sorry about that, gang. There it is. So Franklin, Here's your GFS. Making a turn. There's a little piece of energy dropping out of southeast Texas that is pulling this right over central Florida through the mid-Atlantic. So, again, some of the stuff that we would have to watch for sure with this storm. Then you can see behind it on the GFS a few more features out there, but some dry air working on in. A couple things to watch, but they would be out 7 to 10 days at least. Let's see here. Tapping glass gives it false. Taping glass is not. Yeah, that's a myth. That does not work. All right. One more time. 7-day forecast. Here you go. 94, 93, 91, 88 as the showers and storms move in with Idalia. All I need to get is a bag of ice. Janice Curry. Yep. Well, Idalia. Idalia, but it's pronounced with it like it's an E. Idalia. So there you go. All right. Real quick, nationally, I know some of you like to see the temperatures around the country. There it is. Cool, upper 60s to Great Lakes, hot out west. Here's the setup. Big front there in New England. Strong front north of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Showers and storms out west. Let's take a look at those temperatures around the globe here. And you can see cold air starting to build up in Canada and Alaska. Sign that September's around the corner and nights are getting longer. Colder air is starting to build up there, and sooner or later it's going to break off and head south when we start to get those fall fronts. 70 Winnipeg, 61 Ottawa, 107 Dallas, 88 Kingston, 48 La Paz, Punta Arenas is in the 30s, Cape Town 46, London 55, Surgut 45, Yakutsk 59, Hong Kong 84, down under in the 40s and 50s. Last but not least, Honolulu coming in the 80s. All right, gang, I got to get ready for a little hit here for halftime, so I'm going to let you guys run, and I'll see you tonight on Rush 2 News at 11. No CW18 tonight. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.